Hey, Cameron, when I approach a woman, I get a lot of anxiety. The more attractive she is, the more anxiety that I have. How do I get over that?
So the more attractive she is. So when you approach a woman who's, let's say, a 6 or a 7, how do you feel?
I feel totally fine.
Totally comfortable.
100%.
But when you approach a 8, 9 plus, that's when the anxiety sets in.
Super anxiety,
So
yes.
why do you think that is?
I think the more attractive she is, she's had a lot of guys approach her, so I feel uncomfortable.
That's not the reason. Basically, you have women of a certain beauty standard on a pedestal. So when you go to them, you feel like there's a value discrepancy between you and them, right? It's like the same thing. You're a business guy, right?
Yes.
It's the same thing when you go into a business meeting with a opposing group who you feel like is on the same stature as you in the business world. But if you go into a business meeting and you're trying to close a deal with a much larger player in your industry, you feel anxiety,
Yes.
right? It's because you see their value is up here and yours down here. Now, in the business world, that might be actually true. In this scenario, what you have to do is change the way that you view a woman's value. So let me ask you a question. What is the value of a woman?
Her beauty.
What else?
How I think how nice she looks, how smart she is, and how much value she could offer me.
Yeah, so this is the problem. Men value women for very superficial reasons today. And low key, you almost only value them for their beauty. Keep it 100. You made that up on the spot. So the way to get over overvaluing a woman just because she looks good is that you need to actually be looking for something that is more important than her looks and her body and her sex. Now, in my mind, what I look for in a woman is a woman who is intelligent, is well educated, is very submissive, is a very good leader, a follower, very good follower, particularly of my leadership, a woman who is family oriented, a woman who has qualities where I believe if I gave her children, she would raise those children well, nourished, nurtured, and would keep them safe and would educate them as their first teacher. A woman who is spiritual and God fearing, a woman who is righteous, a woman who is chaste, virtuous. Does that make sense?
It does.
See, I'm looking for those qualities. So when I meet a woman, I don't give a fuck how she looks, to be completely honest with you. Now, of course, she has to be good looking, but the looks are not enough for me to actually want to be with you. You could be a 9 or a 10. I need to know who you are. I need to know your worldviews, your mindset, your character, and your personality and your behaviors. You could be smoking hot, but if you ever use drugs, you're done. You could be smoking hot, and everybody could be like, oh my God, she's bad. But if I find out you don't engage in self-development and you don't invest in your education, you're done. You could be smoking hot 10. But if I find out you're more interested in traveling than you are finding a man to have kids with and conjoining two families, being me and you, and then your extended family and my extended family, you're done. Because those things are more important to me than how smoking hot you are. And bro, if you do that, your anxiety will go away. Because here's the deal. When you look at a woman, can you see what her values are?
No.
So the visual appearance might be appealing enough for me to go and say hi, but I'm looking for something beyond that. So if anything, I would be more nervous after I find out I have found my diamond in the rough. You see what I'm saying? But that requires a whole conversation and probably weeks or months of really getting to know a woman. So you need to increase your standards and stop being so shallow and be more detailed about what you're looking for. That will help you, and it will help your game, and it will also make you find a woman who is truly compatible with who you want to be as a man and what kind of family you want to have. Does that make sense?
It does.
So that's a long-winded answer for approach anxiety. The other short answer I'll give you for how to get over approach anxiety is stop approaching women and wanting it to go well. You're not for all women. Not all women are for you. When you approach a woman, you're simply giving her a compliment. And if there's chemistry, you'll continue in the conversation. If there's no chemistry, nothing can happen beyond that. So have a good evening, day, and carry on. Stop trying to get something from the woman, in other words, unless it's meant to be and there's real chemistry and compatibility.